Good morning there, Two-Lane Westers. Wanted to give you your day 17 recap of my epic Alaska 2026 adventure. Day 17, I started off in Seward and ended in just west of Glen Allen, staying at the Ranch House Lodge and Campground. Miles on the day 298. Total miles on the trip 6147. I actually wrote it down this time for y'all. So 6147. Let's start with weather yesterday. This is the morning of day 18. So weather yesterday was good. Only a little bit of rain as I approached the campground here. I'd say mid 60s, sunny, just great riding weather. Not too hot, not too cold. Gear is working great. So weather has been actually the last like 4 or 5 days. It just seems like I haven't had a lot of rain to deal with, and the weather's been extremely comfortable. So good time of the year to come up here. Real quick, mosquitoes, they're bad here. So I've heard that Alaska summers are bad with mosquitoes. They haven't been terrible. They were bad when I was north up in Fairbanks, and then they started to be just okay. Now it seems like as I'm going north again, they're getting they're getting bad. So if you go outside, you got to be they're all over you. I took a walk around the campground here, and they were swarming me. There's one in the cabin here. The roads yesterday. So coming out of Seward, you kind of have to ascend out of the from the coastal region there. There's only one way in and one way out. The ride out was actually really nice. The clouds were hanging really low, and I took a picture. And I don't remember if I took a video, but I definitely took a picture. Um, I stopped in the same spot the day before, but this picture was really cool. There was this one line of clouds that were kind of hanging really low. Then it kind of was clear above and below it. So check that one out. That's a keeper picture, I think. Came up out of that road and got back onto Highway 1. So you have to kind of backtrack all the way back to Anchorage and then get through Anchorage and then get on what's called the Glen Highway. So the ride to Anchorage runs along the shoreline of, I'm going to say this wrong, the Tunganin Arm. It's this huge bay. Really great views. There's a glacier there, Portage Glacier. I think it's kind of off in the distance. Didn't stop and take as many pictures because I did that 2 or 3 days before as I was heading to Homer. So again, just a great ride, great road. Traffic wasn't bad. People are moving along. Probably just morning traffic's a little better. Got through Anchorage, no problem. It's kind of a weird city. It's a 6 lane, three on each side freeway coming into town, and all of a sudden the freeway ends and you're going through stoplights. You make a big right turn, more stoplights, and then it turns into freeway again. Like, I don't know why they didn't just make the freeway go right through the town. So, whatever. They do things weird up here. Then I got off that freeway because I saw a sign that said Old Glen Allen Highway, and I remember in my researching that was a little alternate little cutoff route you could take, and I thought, what the heck, I'll do it. So that ended up being a really nice 2 lane road along this river. Nice twisty turny kind of road, and then it dropped me right off on the Glen Allen Highway, which is what I needed to take east. So roads were great, weather was great. Back to the weather a little bit. It did rain as I was approaching the campground. I didn't even stop to put my rain gear. I was 20 minutes out. I thought, what the heck, I'll just power through, but it was coming down pretty good. Animal report. I saw one moose again, right on the side of the road. It caught me by surprise again. Didn't take a picture of them. And 2 Dall sheep way up on this hill. I don't know how these things do this. I stopped at this overlook, took a picture of that, and as I was pulling out, two tour buses pulled in, and everybody gets off the tour buses and they're looking up across the road. And I'm like, what the heck are they looking at? So I stopped, turned around, and went back. Oh, sure enough, there's two sheep way up there. So I took a video of that. I took a couple of pictures of that. Check that out because they are way up there on this cliff. It's amazing. I don't know how they do that. So not too many animals. I think the animals are going to really start happening again when I get out of Alaska and back into Yukon and British Columbia. My thoughts are there's a lot of people up here. It's summertime. All the roads that I'm traveling on, there's a lot of traffic. That's of course gonna, kind of scare the animals away. Um, I took a short little video. I walked around the property here, but I thought maybe I'd tell a little bit more information about the campground. So first of all, I didn't tent camp. I had planned. I had reserved it. The campsites are right along a little river here. Um, I didn't. I changed my mind because it was raining when I pulled in here. I thought I'm not setting up the tent in the rain. So yeah, I guess I'm a fair weather camper, tent camper. They had a dry cabin available. I took a video of it, kind of showed it. I'm sitting in it right now. Really nice. Bathroom is like right next door, so super convenient. It really wasn't that expensive. So hey, why not go with the flow? Um, the owners of this place, I didn't catch their names. Her name might be Alice, and I don't know his name. They're both, they got this real kind of funny personality. They're a little bit um, sarcastic, but not, but subtle sarcastic. Like, wait, what are you saying? Kind of a thing. um, Very nice though. I went in at about, I don't know, I got here maybe at 4. Um, Kind of took my gear off and kind of laid down for a little bit and was chilling out and uploading videos and whatnot. And then I thought, well, I'll go get some food. So I got over there by 5. Well, they have chili and whatever other thing they're making that day. And what they make is what they have. So, oh, okay. So chili was I got a cup of chili and ordered a pizza. Pizza was the thing of the day. And so I ordered the cup of chili and she comes walking over with these 4 hot sauces. Well, are you going to take the challenge? I'm like, well, tell me a little bit more. What is the challenge? What do I get? What do I get if I win? Blah blah. So we're laughing and going back and forth. I don't have the names of the hot sauces in my head. I should have wrote that down. But the names of each of the hot sauces are hilarious, just funny, and they make their own. And then they have a whole table with hot sauces from that other people have brought along and more funny names. Man, I wish I would have wrote that down. I did take some pictures of them, so take a look at the pictures, zoom in, and get the names. So we started. There was 4 of them from mildly hot to supposedly really hot. I didn't think they were really hot. I like hot food, so I was able to power through it. And then I went over to the table and picked out 2 more. Those were hot. But again, good. Chili was good. And then he brought out a homemade pizza. So yeah, I had a pretty big dinner. But pounded that down, and then the people are rolling in with their RVs, and they're all talking and where you from and this and that. And well, then I don't know, I was probably there for a couple hours. The owners kind of loosened up a little bit and they started telling about the history of the place. And I guess the place was built in 1947. I can't remember where the family came from, where maybe Michigan or something like that. But they came up here and liked it, and then the husband convinced his brother to come with him, and they drove this old truck, like a flatbed truck, up here, and it took them 2.5 months to get up here. The roads were back then 8 feet wide, all gravel, not easy traveling, and there wasn't any people. There was no little villages and all that that you have now that have kind of built up around the Alaska Highway. So, kind of a journey, 2.5 months to get up here, and then they got up here and they built this property. And then this couple took it over 10 years ago, and they actually found all the diaries. So they have all the history and the maps and a bunch of really interesting things about this place. They're kind of a cool couple. They they run this place in the summertime. They come up in end of April and then get it open. And he keeps trying to build more and add to it. I think they have 70 some RV sites and plus a couple tent sites. They have the lodge. They run it all summer long, and then they head back down to Florida, and then they have a campground down there that they run in the wintertime. So they kind of got their little system worked out. She was telling me that she was telling a story that they uh, drove up here in the wintertime once, and not an she said you see things in the wintertime that you won't see in the summertime. Her examples were herds of animals um just in the road, and you gotta wait. um the the road's a problem. They plow it, but um they have all these pull-offs normally, and then they have trucker chain pull-off areas. She said you don't park in a pull-off area because you're going to get plowed in. They'll just plow you in. They don't care. So you park in the chain area, the trucking chain areas, and then you don't get plowed in. The little things, like that. So very, very interesting stories. And they were talking about some guys came in and said they're looking for some land up here, and they were talking about that. And so then I asked the owner, well, how much is land an acre? And he kind of smirks and he goes, it depends. I'm like, well, what does that mean? So he goes, well, it depends. Is it gravel? Is it silt? Is it permafrost? It all depends. He goes, all you people from down in the lower 48, you don't know what you're buying when you come up here. So yeah, don't just come buy land up in Alaska. Do your research. Um, they Then we started talking about ice fishing. I said, well, how thick is the ice? If it's 50 below for 2 months, the ice has got to be 4 feet thick or something. He goes, well, it varies. I never get a straight answer out of the guy on anything. um and then he said, well, the problem isn't the ice. He goes, it's thick. You can, it's 12 inches thick, not a problem. But all these lakes are fed by rivers, and then the rivers are still flowing, so the ice freezes, the river overflows it, covers up the ice, then it snows, and then it's this slush. So he goes, it's not real good for ice fishing. So he goes, I know people they want to do it, but it's not the best for it. So you got to be careful with the overflow, is what he called it. Which, okay, interesting things about Alaska. Uh, the other thing, I'm just trying to remember what else they were talking about. She kind of went on a story about it's 50 to below zero, at least for a month. Like last winter, it was 2 months of 50 below. That kind of weather is something that you gotta be prepared for. You gotta have know what you're doing, have the right clothes, the right equipment, backup supplies in case you lose power, in case a pipe freezes. There's just the whole dynamics of living through that kind of a weather situation is just something that we, or me, I guess, we people I know, we don't have to deal with that. But they're strong people up here, and they figure out how to do it, and uh, they get by. So I think that's my recap. That's pretty much it from the beginning to where I'm at. It's the morning of day 18, I believe. It's day 18. My plan today is to it's under 200 miles. I'm just, like I said at the top of this video, I'm just west of Glen Allen, and probably it's 20 miles away or something like that. Then I'm going to get on what's called the Richardson Highway. The Richardson Highway is one of the top roads in Alaska, so I've been kind of saving this one for last. You go over the highest pass in Alaska, and you go through a canyon. There's waterfalls. There's a glacier that I guess you can walk out to and get on it. I don't remember what that glacier is called. And then you end up in Valdez. Yes, the same Valdez that had the major oil spill back in the 80s. I think that was 84. It's supposed to be just a beautiful town. So hopefully the weather holds out for me today. There is some rain in the area. It was raining early this morning at about 5. It's not raining right now. It's supposed to rain at 9 here, so I'm gonna pack up and get rolling. Hopefully I can get down to Valdez and see all this stuff and get some good sights. Uh, I got a hotel in downtown Valdez. Yeah, I guess I'm just a wimp. I'm not camping. I'm gonna keep trying, but it's like day to day. How do I feel? What's the weather? Maybe I'm not trying hard enough. I don't know. But yeah, I got a hotel so I can walk downtown and find something to eat, maybe meet some more interesting people. And then after tomorrow, we probably have one more day in Alaska, and then I'm back to heading south. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I got for you today. Over and out, 2 Lane Westers.